add some cybernetics to those.
Oh. Makes sense.
Anywho, Ray, you're up first.
Well, seeing the situation that has been going on up there, Ray is gonna come in and help with Ivo, so he's gonna move up there. I'm going to attack. I'm gonna attack with my mutated arm because that's still going, right?
Yep, for the time being.
Sorry, mutated foot, so I'm gonna kick it. And I forgot to do my bonuses. Apologies, that was too fast. But that should be a plus. That should be a -1, so 27 to hit.
27.
Yep.
All right. On the off chance I actually, get out the way of this. Nope. Go ahead and roll damage.
28 damage to the right arm. That's another mark that I've used. That's
all right.
attack.
So you go on.
That's attack number. I was on attack number 1. If you're going to describe something, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead and go through all your attacks and I'll describe it.
Attack number 2. With this time -4. For a kick. Ooh!
Oh!
Ooh! Okay, let's find out if I get fumbled or not. I don't fumble, 10 o'clock.
80. Okay. So
18 to hit.
it's just the 18. Yeah, hit on that one.
Nice. I'll go for third one. I'm risking this heavily, but I'm going for third one, and then I'll stop. 23 to hit.
Okay, roll the damage.
Left leg gets 31 damage, and that's it.
I mean, it would actually be rolling an additional d6.
Oh, right, because of the... Yep, they didn't give it much.
Yeah.
So that's actually
Also, that thing has a
37.
-6 at this point.
Right, because it dodged twice.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean,
It's dodged 3 times at this point.
Oh.
I mean, regardless, it still would have only saved him on the second one, so...
Oh yeah, no,
it's not like it really mattered too much.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have affected any of these outcomes, but...
So, Ray, you dart back over, and then you basically hit the Nepod in its kneecap, and then when you shatter its leg, you hit its arm, and then it shatters that, and then it's basically just hanging on by a cusp, and then Ivo's gonna go.
Yep.
Let me go grab Ivo's sheet. Okay, so Ivo's gonna hit it.
With an additional 2d6.
Yeah.
So, should be 3d6 plus 13, plus his body modifier. Right arm.
Okay. So, pretty much, Ivo sees that happen. They basically kicks the other arm on the Nepod, and then basically not being able to hold itself up, the Nepod basically staggers back and then falls into this column and makes a crater and dies, which I should have rolled the death save or stun save, but it was already like a -6, so for the sake of advancing it.
It's a dead boy.
Yep. Okay, now we enter RP. If you're awake, you're awake. If you're not right now.
Am I unconscious or am I still gurgling?
I would say gurgling.
I'm gonna look towards Ivo. Help again. See if we can help again.
I think by then Alexander will be like right next to Gen. Searching if he was okay, and then searching for the for the hilt.
All right, we'll address that in a second. Ivo will basically come over and check again, and then I'm just gonna have Ivo. Yeah, he'll just have to roll attack. All right, so he's able to start like looking over Gen's wounds, but he doesn't really do much other than like bandage it up and like check his pulse and other stuff. I guess before we do that roll, Ray and Annika, have at it.
Again, coughing noises.
Annika, come on, come to me now. Ah, fuck. He's gonna look. He's gonna look at. Oh god, names escape me. One moment.
She blinks as you come over and looks really hard at your arm, and she goes, "Is that a sword?"
It's alright. It's gonna be alright. Vivian, how is she?
Vivian's wide-eyed. I gotta pull up her sheet. Give me uno momento.
Right? Oh my god, if someone gets me a pill, seriously. You are great.
He doesn't respond to that.
Reaches up. Well, like she, like her hand like reaches up, and I'm assuming when she fell, she kind of probably instinctively like grabbed her neck. She like looks at her hand and just, oh, it doesn't matter. And she touches your face because she saw you turn into a zombie and you have a sword arm, so she's like, you're already infected.
Yeah, because you're right on. You can feel like
Spreading it further couldn't hurt.
You can probably.
She's
feel,
delirious.
You can feel the dirt. You can feel it's a little bit wet because of the tears he had. Just a couple moments ago, and he's probably still emotionally like cracked.
Vivian, while you two are doing that, basically rips off a part of her jacket and starts holding pressure on Annika's neck so she doesn't bleed out.
She goes, "Pill," and looks you straight in the eyes.
Don't. No, I won't have someone else fucking die on me.
You have one. The pill, and she like points at her neck, like she's trying to get across.
He's gonna look at it and it's like, fuck. He's gonna pull out the pill.
Vivian's gonna put her hand over your hand with the pill while still holding Annika's neck. You don't know what it's gonna do to her.
If you don't do anything, she'll die.
Try.
It's at that point you can hear clambering of other steps coming from, I'll just ping it that direction, back to the school.
I'll quickly turn my head.
And then it's at that point you can basically see about maybe a group of like 10 or so people coming. You can't really make out who they are.
Quick, and she looks at your hand with the pill in it.
I'm sorry. And he's gonna put the pill in your mouth. I hope, see if we can pull like a bottle of Visa has like water bottle and like basically give you some water to like help it be downed. I'm sorry.
fucked him up so good.
I did.
And she'll just start crunching it. I think she's on some sort of autopilot now. Like there's something in her mouth, so she's like eating it.
Yeah.
It's probably a little hard to swallow. Her mouth is probably super dry.
Probably like he's moved his legs where like you're on his lap. Your head's on his lap basically. Try to like rest. Use as a pillow basically.
She looks at Vivian and she goes, "Jacket," and she points at his sword arm because she doesn't know who's coming.
Could I retract?
Vivian just looks down, not really sure of what's gonna happen in this second.
Fair.
Annika, the moment the pill gets down your throat, you start writhing as though your body's having a bad reaction to it. Roll me a humanity.
Oh my god, character sheet, don't do this to me right now. Where is that?
It's empathy.
Oh, I don't have that.
Empathy is a stat.
The pure stat.
Empathy
Well,
is a stat
empty
that you
is
have to have
humanity,
points
yeah.
in.
It's just below cool and just above your gauge.
They are one
Got
and the
it.
same, essentially.
Okay. Did it work? Did it go through?
Now might be a good time for luck.
11.
Goofies. Don't want to spend some luck.
Yeah. I think I only have one left, so just a 12.
You have your full luck. You have the full amount of luck.
So why do I always forget that it does it? So that would be 2 then. I believe.
In that case, that's
would be
really not worth adding at this
No,
point.
it's not. Yeah. It's got an 11.
Alright, Annika, you start seizuring, writhing, foam starts to come up out your mouth. And then as you're starting to essentially have a seizure that's being induced by this, Vivian basically holds you down and holds your head up so you don't choke on your saliva while covering Ray's mutated arm up. You lose 40 humanity right off the bat, and then you fall unconscious. Ray,
Yeah.
you see the neck wound starting to basically fizzle and regenerate.
Takes a sign, you know, like give her a hug, a close hug. I'm sorry, Denise, I'm sorry. Your life. But you have to risk so much. And when he sees the people start to gather, he's gonna try and like, could he try and like retract the sword arm? Like, back to his like meaty hand.
Yeah, roll me a humanity and I'll touch back with you. I'm gonna advance some stuff with Gen.
Spending 2 luck.
So, after Ivo starts... Yep. One sec. Okay. So, after Ivo starts patching up, Gen, you really don't awake, and then Alex starts looking for stuff. Ivo was still involved with that. And then Aaron basically stumbles his way over, still in pain. Then he basically drops down on his knees over again. And then Ivo goes, he won't wake up as sounds. And he goes, no. You ain't doing it right. Hang on. And then Aaron pulls out his his water can, like one of those portable water cups that you can have hitched to your belt. He's got one of those. And then you basically see him pull out like some pepper and other stuff and then start shaking it up. And then he's like, this is some good old genuine wake up juice, as he pries Gen's throat open, then pours it down. Then Gen, you instantly wake up with like a fire in your throat.
He like spits it out. Oh God! What the fuck is that? Oh, my throat! Oh God!
That's some good old Appalachia. Get the fuck up off your ass juice.
Are you okay?
Why? Oh, what the fuck happened?
Ray knocked your
You
ass
kind
out.
of got, yeah, that. But you're gonna want to brace for what comes next.
The fuck comes next?
You'll find out. Then he basically turns you around and holds you in place as you feel yourself getting ready to throw up.
And who's in front of me?
Aaron's turning you away from the group so you can just throw up in the grass.
Oh, thank
All
God.
right, in that case, and just like hurls, and I don't know what he's eaten recently, but I imagine that whatever he just put in me comes out vile. Oh, that was worse coming up second time. Oh. And he goes again.
And then Aaron
Oh
starts
God, let me just.
starts patting him on the back. You wouldn't believe how bad it was the first time Brian did that to me.
Oh, just leave me unconscious next time. Oh, my throat feels like it's been violated by acid.
And
Oh.
you get used to it. Anywho, people are coming, so that's why I woke you up.
And Gen just like starts going off in like Japanese. I don't think anyone has higher than a 2, so you're probably only getting broken fragments of like, oh, by X person, this is
I got a
okay,
4.
you've got 4. So you probably catch a bit more of like, by all that is, right with this world, this vile thing may never enter my throat again.
Can you speak Japanese back to
Yeah,
you?
then Aaron actually doesn't even. Yeah, Aaron doesn't even speak Japanese at all, so he's just nodding his head like, I don't know what you're saying, but you've done this before, so I know.
Last time Aaron got food for the group or something, I imagine.
Yeah. I guess real quickly, Alex, go ahead and roll me an awareness notice to see if you find that hilt.
27.
27. All right. We gotta roll. All right, coolio. Anywho, you start looking all over the ground, and you find basically what looks to be like a little singular metal handle that's got like it's got like half of a cross guard on it, and you can see that there's a crack running down the middle of it now. You pick it up, and it doesn't do anything, but you have the feeling that like you could fix it and it would work.
Okay. Alexander will study it for a bit, see what's damaged, and then once everything's over, he'll try to fix it whenever he has time.
Yeah. When you start looking over it, and Gen does this whole thing, and Annika passes out, and all of that happens. Let me double check. All right. So, Ray, as you basically have it covered, basically blood almost starts to exfoliate out of your arm till you see like the bits and pieces of like the scythe arm fall off. And then your hand just looks very weak, but back to its human state.
Gotcha. All right.
You lose another 5 humanity.
All right.
It's at
Done.
this point when everyone's going over what?
Done. Sorry. Done. My bad.
Okay. While all of this happens, the other people basically come in, and you can see that this is the staff security armed with essentially assault rifles and other things like that. And then you can see Mother Gracia walking up through the middle of them. And then she leans in. When she gets to under the bridgeway, and she goes, "Well, you all made it out. How hurt are all of you?"
Annika's passed out in Ray's lap.
Ray probably doesn't even. It's not even listening to her to Mother Gracia.
He's not even
mean-
paying attention to her.
Gen did the flipping off while heaving.
She's like, "How are you all?" Gen's like,
No, she asked how hurt. She asked how hurt is everyone, not how are you.
Well, as you can see, one of us is passed out.
Anywho, it's at that point she sees Annika. Go on.
What?
Huh?
What?
I don't think anyone said anything.
Yeah.
I guess it's my delay. Yeah, I guess it's my delay because I heard Kevin still speaking in my end of the microphone. It's at this point that she sees Annika passed out, and then she looks at how beat up and bruised everyone is. And then she basically motions, and 2 of them come up and basically assemble a stretcher, and then they walk over and they like look at you, Ray, and then he goes, "So you mind getting off of her for a sec?"
she's just in his
He-
lap, like he pulled her onto his knees,
Yeah.
basically, while they were doing the thing with the pill. So I think she's just like,
Ray's gonna look at Ray's like but more focused on Nick. He's gonna look at them, look at the rest of the group, and then he'll sort of like concede. He'll sort of like help her onto the stretcher.
Yeah, you'll help Annika onto the stretcher, then they'll basically like come and check everyone over. And then as you guys go back to the school, you can see that the school looks a bit more not destroyed, but things are definitely different from when you last saw it before encountering Harbinger. You can see that like none of the lights are on, none of the electronics are working. It looks like stuff's been moved to make more barricades on the walls where the gates opened and whatnot.
As they're walking, Gen is gonna basically lean on Ivo pretty heavily and gonna say, "Guide me for a second. I need to try something." And then he's going to try and like reach out with his mind and see if he can feel where his sister is.
Ivo just says, "Sure, no problemo," and then he'll let you lean up on him as he starts helping you walk. And you attempt to try to reach out to Akari, and without any roll needed, nothing happens.
And he probably still feeling a little dizzy and whatnot from being knocked unconscious, so he will lean on Ivo for a little bit longer before, like, patting him and say thanks, and then walk on his own.
Yeah, it's at this point Vivian pipes up behind you, Ray, and then she goes, "Do you think you're gonna be all right, Ray?"
He's he stays for like a silent for a couple of seconds before he answers, "No, probably not." As he continues walking along with the stretcher.
I'm not gonna pretend to say I know how you're supposed to deal with what just happened, or that things are gonna work out, but we're all still here for you, Ray.
A sigh escapes Ray. Thanks. Thank you all.
Anywho, you wanna know what happened at the school while you guys were underground?
Will be best to know.
After you left, there was another breach from the outside. There were more than just like the normal zombies, and they got to one of the dorms. The security fought them off, and then pretty much Mother Gracia got a distress call from the advanced district, well, from the advanced sector, and basically assembled a party to go help the people over there because they're starting to deal with issues too. And Daniel volunteered to go with him, and he hasn't come back, or I haven't heard anything from him since.
Alright. Is it bad up here?
That Harbinger guy, before we knew he was, gonna do all of that, he showed up at the school and started treating a lot of the people in the infirmary, and he very well told Mother Gracia things were a bit out of control. They had an argument about it, and then he kind of went missing.
He's dead.
I know, I was there with you, Ray.
Yeah, sorry. Lots of stuff.
It's just nothing's adding up. Like, there's too small of time intervals from when he showed up to have done and orchestrated all of that. I mean, Mother Gracia, we know she's not been forthcoming or anything like that. I'm getting scared we're all gonna die here, Ray. I mean, we're cut off.
He's going to kind of stop. He's going to look back. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't know if we're all gonna die here in the next few moments. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the end. I guess only time will tell, and only we can have to pull our backs and see what we can find.
Yeah, I guess.
We should be getting some help from the outside. I hope that arrives, but we'll have to see.
Well, we haven't seen any more of that agent guy since you guys went underground.
Probably just busy with some other shit. Well, in the meantime, let's try and get some. Let's see if we can get everyone inside and recover at least from our injuries. We've been hit.
Yeah, we're on that right now. As you guys get up to the infirmary, and you can tell that part of the infirmary's been locked off as they're moving people out. It's at this point you can see everyone that didn't appear in the arena with you basically being cared for, like Sakura, Martin, and everyone that got swapped out. And then it's at this point Aaron gets in the door, then he basically just collapses as his stab wounds start bleeding again.
Genel, I imagine, was walking in. We'll try and catch him.
Yeah, it do be a bitch, man.
Yeah. Hold on, and Gen's gonna throw one arm over his shoulders and basically just like have him put all of his weight on him and get him over to a bed. If there's one, if he spots Akari and there's one open next to her, then he'll put him in that one. So that he can be right next to both.
Yeah, you'll walk Aaron to the room that Akari's in and basically set him down in the bed across from her. And then he just kind of deaf stares at Akari passed out. Her wounds from before you two did like the whole mental mind thing have started to somewhat rematerialize, but nowhere as extreme. And then Aaron basically looks you dead in the eye, then puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, we're kind of fucked, right?
What I know is I'm gonna get the two of you out of here.
Look, man, I might be able to get out of here, but you two, I don't know.
Apparently, we've been defying expectations for a long while. Man. What's one more?
No, it's not a matter of an expectation. It's a matter of if it ain't gonna be safe for us to be around each other anymore.
Gen kind of like, what? Like he gives that look of, what are you talking about?
Again, you and Akari are BOWs. My brother's in the BS fucking AA.
I guess. We'll find a way. We'll figure it out.
I don't know what way you're gonna find. I ain't gonna do shit to you, but it's not like they're ever gonna let me come back towards you. It's not like they're never gonna stop hunting you.
I got family in a lot of places, my man. We'll figure something out. Maybe delivering the head of whatever can buy you amnesty or something. Won't be a normal life, but let's be honest, I was never destined for that shit. Lab rat since the day I was born. Just didn't know it.
Aaron just kind of leans back against the wall as his eyes shut. And you can kind of see him just move his hand over to his bandages on his stomach. And he's borderline kind of picking at him, not really trying to pull him off, but like feeling up on the texture. And then he just, after a good moment of silence, says, I just want you to know I'm getting put into a hard place as far as what happens after this.
You do what you gotta do, brother. I've already asked more than any man could ever really ask of another from you. So just make sure you get out of here, okay? All right.
We'll see. I mean, us Nivens don't really live that long.
I guess we'll have to make sure you're the first, right? What was that one really old thing my grandfather used to watch? Live Long and Prosper or something?
I never took anyone in your family to be a Trekkie.
I have no idea what that means. Again, completely misunderstanding what that reference is for. Just knowing he heard it once.
Like, he just laughs a little bit till you see him wheeze, and then blood kind of comes up out of his bandages. Yeah, nah, you gotta stop that shit. Look, just get you some fresh air and till it's over, we're a team.
Yeah. Well, go check in on the rest in a minute. Gonna try something real quick, and he's gonna put his hand on his sister's and try and like press thoughts into her of, hey, can you hear me?
You do, and you essentially get no response.
All right. We'll get through this. I need, like, again, like, this is all mental being sent through, and then he'll give her hand a squeeze, and then he'll go stand up to check on the others.
All right. And we will transition over to Alex. You get into the building and walk through. Then you can see You can see Martin leaning up against one of the pillars of a cast over his right arm now.
Alexander looks at him and he feels guilty. Once he looks at his what's it called again?
Broken arm?
Eventually, yeah,
Cast?
his broken, yeah, his cast, and he feels guilty for like getting him into danger, and thinks he overthinking a lot of things, and he walks over to him and leans his head on his shoulder. And just hugs him for a while, like in silence. Like he just can't process everything so fast right now.
Yeah, Martin reciprocates the hug best he can. And then after the two of you embrace, you take a step back and you can take a look at Martin, and he kind of smiles a bit. And then he basically leans in and sets your forehead, his forehead on your forehead. And he goes, "It's all right, man. We still got blood in our heart, air in our lungs, and we're just gonna crawl till we make it."
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of things have happened since we got all separated. My sister's dead. I have realized that I was kidnapped as a kid, put into these trials over and over, not even remembering even once till now. And it was just me and my sister until in one trial she died. I mean, there was other people there too. Like, it was a lot. I don't know what to do with myself anymore. I have no, I don't even know if my own parents are even alive, or if whatever memories are in my head are even true anymore. I don't know how to process this.
He's just gonna take his head off of your head, and then he's gonna look you in the eyes directly, and then he puts his hand on your shoulder. "Look, Alex, it's the only thing we can do is live for the future. You might not have your memories or your sister, but you got us. You've learned so many things while you've been here. There's nothing saying you can't have a life outside of this if we make it. And besides, you got me." And then Martin's gonna lean in for the kiss.
Alexander leans in as well. And he leans into the kiss and then steps back a bit and then said, "Yeah, I need to keep moving forward. And at least I'm not alone, right?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on the others. I gotta see how Sakura is. Mostly because it's my fault she's in her state right now, so thank you, really, for being there for me. And then he walks away.
As you walk away, he says, "Don't thank me. It's a given that's how we should be."
And then he nods his head and then just continues walking.
And then we're going to time skip forward another couple hours as it's starting to become a late day.
Should we heal anything?
That will be done auto magically. I'm going to tell everyone what they will heal up if they've got wounds in a bit. I'm just trying to get like everyone's one-on-one RPs done. And then it'll cut back to Annika. You wake up in one of the infirmary beds, and you can see it almost kind of late evening where the light turns like almost a darker orange, and you can see someone standing in front of your bed.
She'll actually, I'll say she was probably restrained after they brought her in. Because she probably had nightmares when she was lying there. So she kind of like, she tries to move and she can't, and she gasps when she opens her eyes. And she's like, I'm not going to scream in your ears. But she basically like screams in fear because she's still a little bit disoriented, like from whatever her dream was. God damn it. And she like tries to pull her arm.
As you start to see that, your vision kind of refocuses, then you look around the room and you can see that the person has blonde hair and is dressed in a school outfit, and you can tell that this is Sakura. And then she just looks up at you, her eyes almost half open. She goes, "So you're finally awake."
Oh my god. Oh my god. And she's like crying, looking at her, and she's like, did they fucking tie me down? And she looks down at her like arms, which are literally like restrained on the bed. And she's like, how you were, oh my god. And she's just like so relieved to see her because she thought she was dead.
Yeah, you just see her stagger over to your bed. You can tell like that she's not like 100% better, but you can see that like she is coherent-ish. And then she basically walks over to your bed and undoes the strap that goes over your two arms. That basically leaves you enough room to like sit up like halfway in the bed as she just kind of hugs you.
Oh god. And she just starts like, wait, you're like not gonna disappear on me. And she starts like touching her to try to make sure she's real.
She kind of backs her head off a little bit like that.
So, sorry, we were fighting a fucking dickbag scientist, and he said I killed my cousin and they made him an AI. And oh god, Ray, like, where is he? Is he okay?
Ray's fine. He's fine.
Oh god, okay. I thought you were dead.
I don't know what happened with any of you guys. I remember us falling out the stack and me making the leap for who I could get a hold of, and then everything going black.
You fell a long ass way, girl. Like a long way. I ended up in an event with Ray. Long story short, the boys fucked up Harbinger. I think that was his name. Oh god, I'm just so glad you're not dead.
You and me both.
She
Though,
goes, look,
I think
there's still nail polish left, but it's chipped. You'll have to fix it.
she laughs and then she says, "Well, after we figure out just how much brain damage I have, we can talk about that."
Yeah. One thing at a time, I guess. And she looks over her shoulder to make sure the door to her room is open.
It is. And then you can see the hallways kind of empty as the lights kind of twilight through the windows. And you can hear a bit of a banging upstairs.
Ah, what's that noise? Damn.
They lost half of the infirmary wing.
Shit. So I'm assuming everywhere got attacked.
Well, after I came to, they said the school had to deal with something else, and then after seeing the new stuff coming, all the electronics stopped working like less than 2 hours after that attack, so they're using the generators to run this building for medical stuff. And they went to go get more gas and other things from the advanced building. They said they're also dealing with a problem over there. And the security's been cleaning up the upper floors on this, so we can get more people help.
Just the other students, they... Shit. Motherfucker, they were in lockdown. There's no way. Jesus Christ.
No, the ones already in the infirmary wing. They turned. The doctor that came to help didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's because was evil. God. Okay. Well,
we've only got 2 more days before the outside world's supposed to be here, so knock on wood.
she looks around. Yeah. We gotta stick together. Us and the boys.
Well, of course, if me, you, and Vivian weren't keeping him in line, who else would?
Hey, Martin sometimes has it. God. Is he okay?
He'll live. He's just got a broken arm. They reset it and casted him up.
Good. This is not what I thought my life would be like, but hey. Do you mind? And she'll scooch over if she can, make room for Sakura to sort of sit next to her.
Yeah.
And she she hugs her it's the only other person she has, and she found out they're alive, so she's actually crying and just falls into silence.
Yeah, the two of you will basically lay there on the bed together for about an hour or two. And it's at this point you'll hear a knock on the door. And when you look up, you can see that it's Ray standing in the door, and then Sakura looks back and forth between the two of you, and she goes, "I'll let you two catch up."
Okay, she squeezes your hand maybe a little too tight, and she'll let you go, or let Sakura go.
I'll let Sakura sort of pass, like give her a nod. Walk in. Hey.
Hey.
Feeling alright?
She opens her mouth like she's gonna make a joke, and then she's like, a little less like shit. And she you don't have to stay in the door.
He closes the door behind him.
No, don't close it.
Why?
Okay, just leave it ajar a little.
worries.
As long as she doesn't hear the lock click, but she's
Yeah, he'll
jumpy
sort of leave
about
the jar.
door
Make sure
being closed.
make sure like the lock is on their side is still like open. And he'll
You're gonna lock it to where the lock is
Yeah,
out,
take lock
but
outside.
not in
Yeah,
the
not in
thing,
the-
so it
Yeah,
physically
yeah.
can't
Yeah.
close.
yeah,
Yeah,
physically can't close unless they have to go through. Yeah. He'll walk up and he'll take a seat next to your bed if you allow it.
So, and she just like I don't know, she's probably not that strong. She just like pulls you over and gives you a kiss. It's kind of awkward because she's also still like she's so relieved to see you that she's also crying. So it's like that awkward like Cho
Yeah, there's-
Harry kiss
yeah,
from the
that's-
5th movie.
Yeah, it's
you
that
know?
old, yeah, it's that odd like awkward kiss. It's like you don't really know what the hell is going on, but you don't know what to say because of all the shit that happened. Ray sort of takes it in, but he keeps it short because you see him like his eyes probably he looks deflated. He looks defeated as he starts speaking. I'm sorry.
What for?
Everything, I guess. Just almost thought I was gonna lose you there. Now you have to be like me.
No. And she looks you in the eye and she says, "It was my choice to not spit it out.
Yeah, it saved you.
I'm saying if I had to do it again, I would make the same choices. Maybe try to shoot him in the head. Maybe that's a regret that I didn't, but everything else,
If I was in your shoes, I'd probably do the same thing. And in that moment, he clenches his fists on and he sort of looks away. He's gone. He's gone.
you're saying she's gone, right?
Yeah.
She awkwardly pulls you towards the bed to like hold you, and she goes, she doesn't say anything. She just sort of, I guess, like
Yeah, let him.
pets your head, like, you know, like comforting gestures with her arm.
A string of words basically come out of Ray in like rapid succession where he goes, all my life I'm guilty of myself that she's dead now. No, she's totally dead. She's gone.
And it's,
And I thought I was gonna lose you.
she squeezes you and she says, in the end, she chose you.
If you let it, his head goes on your shoulder and tears just sort of break out.
Yeah, she'll.
Yeah, and probably the last thing, probably the one thing you hear from him, you hear curses, you hear mumbles like going around, until he says, "But I managed to swim back."
Damn right. And she takes your hand and she says, Because she knows that he's gonna feel guilty no matter what
Yeah,
amount of time
probably.
passes,
is
but she
Ray.
says,
This is Ray.
you fucked him up though. For what it's worth. And she knew, in the end, she knew that you would always go back. Because that's who you are. And she looks around and she lowers her voice and she says, but we can't stay here much longer. Or we can't trust anyone else. I mean, the adults.
You have to say that. You have to say that twice to me.
They it seems so dumb now, but they locked me in a room for like a day before they let me out to help you. And I couldn't unlock the door, and when I close my eyes, I see so clearly. He was right. It was my fault, though. I shot his head off.
We all make mistakes. We all do that.
God, I shot you too. Got
But
it.
that was then. He sort of grabs your. He uses both hands to like hold your face, so you look at him. That was before. That was then. The mistake I did was I walled in the past. Don't be me. Please don't be me. That'd be bad if there's two of me running around and just wallowing ourselves into the past.
It's true. Hey, do you think I'll get like at least 6 feet tall? You were like 8 feet tall.
you kind of break it out loud. I mean, maybe. And maybe get stronger. Who knows?
Maybe I get my chance to try to find a cure for this shit.
Maybe we.
But if not, all we have is the boys and
us.
the girls. She's referring to like Vivian and Sakura.
Yeah.
And
we have us. All of us.
Yeah.
We're here to help each other. We're here to help what the shit's that's gonna happen now.
She kind of blinks, and you can probably sense that she's like feeling drowsy again, and she's like, can you check and see if they secured my legs? I must have been thrashing or something.
You sort of look at your legs. I think you're fine.
Right, just don't leave. And she'll kind of like nod off with her head on your shoulder.
And he sort of like strokes your hair. It's all right. It's all right. Your guardian angel is here. A mutated guardian angel would be the best way to put it. But yeah.
Your sword was pretty impressive. And then she falls asleep.
God damn it.
I was waiting this whole time to say that. I'm not gonna lie.
He pauses there for a moment and says, I guess so. You continue stroking your hair. I'm kind of sitting there.
Alright. So we'll end the scene and we're gonna take about 10 because I gotta do 1-2 things, then we'll play